Hey, what's up, everybody? Brian here with the Holy Roller playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. And today we're going to be talking about the odds on craps because a lot of people don't know that they're a little bit different on a Royal Caribbean ship. I've done many videos like this, but now this one is going to be specifically designated for the odds. What are the odds I would do a video on that? Watch this.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps and winning free cruises. I'm going to show you what it's all about, so let's get rolling.
Okay, let's talk about odds, and we're mainly talking about pass line with odds behind. We'll talk a little bit about the don't pass lay odds, but we're going to really talk about the odds. Now, first things first, it is different on a Royal Caribbean ship, and most casino tables on the Royal Caribbean ship is a minimum of $10. So if you put $10 on the line, they're going to pay the even money here, but then you have your odds that you could place behind the line, meaning that if a point is rolled and say the point is 4, then you can double down. If the 4 rolls before a 7, you would get paid even money here. But if you double down and say, I'm betting on the 4, I'm like double down on my 4, then I can win $20 on that $10 bet and a flat rate here. The pass line is always flat. Now that is because the 4 and 10 pay 2 to 1. Now when we talk about odds, a lot of times people say 3, 4, 5 times odds. And some casinos even have like 10 times odds that you can place back here. Now, a lot of times people get it mistaken. I've heard a couple people talk about this, but they said, hey, I go to a casino and they say they give 10 times odds. That means you put $10 here, you're going to get 100. That's not how it works. What it means is if you put $10 here, 10 times odds means that you could put 100 back there. $100 on the 4 would pay 200 extra. So that's in a casino that has 10 times odds. It would pay like that, but it would also just pay the flat bet on the pass line. All right. So that is not a thing that somebody would pay 10 times odds. So when you hear 3, 4, 5 times odds in a casino, what it usually means is if like on a 4 and 10, it would be 3 times, a 5 and 9 would be 4 times, and a 6 and 8 would be 5 times, which means whatever you place on the pass line, you can place 3 times behind the line if it's a 4 or 10. So we'd be able to do 3 times whatever we put here, which is $30 in a regular casino. Now it's different on a Royal Caribbean ship, and we'll get to that. So this would pay 30, and then if you won on a 4 or a 10, if you put 30 here and you win on a 4 and 10, then you would win 2 stacks of 30, which is 60 here, but you would still only win $10 on your flat bet, whatever the flat bet is, okay? But let's talk about a Royal Caribbean, how that's different. On a Royal Caribbean ship, it's a minimum of $10, and on every single number, it's single odds. So you can only put $10 for $10. Now you might say, that's not really good odds. Now it's not, because a lot of people don't know this, but you always get paid more if you place the bet rather than play pass line with odds, unless you're able to go above 5 times back here. And most casinos, like I said, 3, 4, 5 times odds. So it might make sense to be pass line with odds on a 6 and 8, but definitely the other numbers would make sense to just place the number. Now, if you're not rolling the dice, you don't even have to bet the pass line or odds. And if we take the same $20, if we were playing $20 here and somebody else was rolling the dice, if we took the same $20 and put it on the 4, when the point was established and it was the 4, it would get paid, that $20 would get paid more there than back here. Now, most people say, no, this is the best house edge. There's no house edge on the odds. Well, there's 2 things about the odds that and why I don't play odds or recommend people play odds on a cruise ship. Well, number 1 is pretty much universal in all casinos, that they don't give comp value for no house edge bets. So no house edge, this $20 on the table, you would only get rated or comped for a $10 bet. So half your money's not even getting comped. And especially if you're at a casino where you're doing 10 times odds and you had $10 here and $100 here, you have $110 on the line or on the table, but you're only getting rated for a $10 bet. So that's number one reason why I don't like to play odds. The other reason why I don't like to play odds is what I talked about before. It pays more to place the bet. So I would rather find out what the point's going to be and put $20 on the point rather than $20, 10, and 10. Okay, because I would lose, like even on the 4, which is the best case scenario, you would win 10 on the flat and 20 back here. So for a $20 bet, you'd win 30. Well, a $20 bet on the 4, you'd win 37. So you don't get as much money back here. And remember, it's only a $10 bet. So the other thing that I think is very important to know and understand about pass line with odds is each number pays different. So I've been paying the 4 because it's double, right? Well, on a 5, it would only pay 15 and 10 here. So it's different odds on a 5 and 9, okay? So for a $20 bet, you would get $25. $25 bet on the 5 or 9 is $28. So you get paid more if you place the number out there, especially with single odds. Then you might say, what about the 6 and 8? Well, this zero house edge here may look like a good bet because, you know, the casino's not taking any edge, but you can't place an odds bet without a flat bet of a pass line. And that's where it doesn't make the zero, it kind of cancels out the zero house edge because again, $24 would pay $22, or sorry, $20 would pay $22. But if you put $18 on the 6 or 8, you get paid 21, which you'd have $2 less at risk and you'd get paid what would be, you would say, $1 less, right? But when you add in those other $2 that you would get paid on an 18, you're still making more money even on a 6 and 8 if you place the number rather than have it pass line with odds. All right, so now let's get into the other scenarios because there are other scenarios with Royal Caribbean Ship where you can do more than just single odds on some numbers. So let's talk about that. There's 10 and 10. If you put 10, you got 10. Now some people say, what if I put 15? So if you put $15 on the line, then instead of 3, 4, 5 times odds, you're going to be able to put 3, 4, 5 units. So on the 4 and 10, you could put 3 units, which is still single odds. On a 5 or 9, instead of 3, 4, 5 times odds, you can put 4 units. So here is the $20 if it's a 5 or 9, if you have 15 here. And for the 6 and 8, you could put 5 units, which is $25 if you have 15 behind. All right? So that's how the $15 works, okay? So it kind of varies, you know, single odds for a 4 and 10, $20 for a 5 and 9, and $25 for a 6 and 8. All right. Now, most people say, what if I do $25 on the pass line? Well, if you do $25 on the pass line, then you can put double odds on every number. And remember, $75 on the table, you're only getting rated for a $25 bet. Okay? Now, that's easy because it's every number. Let's talk about if you do $50 on the pass line. If you do $50 on the pass line, then you can do the 3, 4, 5 times odds. So that's a lot of money at risk. So let's say we have $50 on the pass line and we're able to do 1, 2, 3 on a 4 and 10. So we're able to put $100, $150 on the 4 and 10. Well, 3, 4, if it's a 5 or 9, we could put $200 on a 5 or a 9. And if it's a 6 and 8, we can put $250 in odds on a 6 and 8 if we put $50 on the line. Now, keep in mind, you have $300 at risk on the table, and you are rated by the casino for a $50 bet. They don't count the odds. Here's the other thing, as we talked before. If you put this money, all this money, on the 6 or 8, you're going to make more money than if you had it right here like this. Now, most people would say, yeah, Brian, but it's all about the come out roll. When the puck is off, this right here can win $50. It has 8 ways to win. 7-11, you can win. But once the puck is on and it goes on the 4, for example, now you have 6 ways to lose. And only here on a 4, for example, you'd only be able to do 150. But you have $200 at risk for only 3 ways of the dice and 6 ways to lose. 3 ways to win, 6 ways to lose. So the odds are in your favor once you do this. Now you might say, okay, I get it. It doesn't seem worth it to play pass line and odds. Hopefully that's your takeaway. But if not, let's talk about the don't pass. So the same scenario with the don't pass, but the difference with the don't pass versus a pass is it's a reverse. You have to bet more to win less. So let's go back to the very beginning when we talked about the 4 and we talked about the 4 paying on the flat. It was paying, if you remember, it was paying even here, and then it was paying 30 back here, right? So a $20 bet would pay $30 on the pass line. Now, I want you to watch this here because we're going to take this right here as the pass line and this as the don't pass. So imagine the payout of $10 on the don't pass. If you lay $30 altogether, or a $20 odds, you would win. So you'd bet 30 to win 20. So on the pass line, it's 20 to win 30, but on the don't pass, it's 30 to win 20. This pays even money, just like, just like this. And then the 20 pays 10. So it looks like you would win a lot, but you have to bet less to win more. And it's like that with every number, by the way. So the don't pass, the difference is on the first come out, this wins on 7-11, loses on 2-3-12. Well, the don't pass on the come out when the puck is off, this wins on 2-3, loses on 7-11, and it's a push on the 12, so bar the 12. So it's don't pass line and pass line. This bar means to forget or don't count the 12. So it's not called the don't pass bar, by the way. It's called the don't pass line. Or most people just call it the don't pass. Bar the 12. Push on the 12. 12 doesn't matter. All right. So with this, there are 8 ways to lose when the puck is off. Here, there's 8 ways to win. A 7-11 would win. A 7-11 would lose. But then once the point is established, say the 4, for example, there's only 3 ways to win this bet, and there's 6 ways to lose. A 7 will lose, a 4 would win. Here, a 4 would lose, and a 7 would win. So there's only 3 ways to lose this bet, but 6 ways to win this bet, and that's with a 7. It's not that we're betting against the shooter, we're playing the odds of the dice. The odds of the dice rolling a 7 is higher than any other number. And in most casinos, no matter what, whenever you're playing at any like table game or blackjack or whatever, they always say, play the odds. You always just go with the odds. If it says to hit it and the dealer's showing a 2, you always just hit the card. You play the odds, right? It's funny in craps that people don't play the odds more. The highest probability. The way I like to think about it is this. Would you like to risk your money on every roll after the first one? Or would you like to risk your money on one roll and then have the advantage on every other roll? So on this one, you have the advantage on the first roll, then the disadvantage on every other roll. Here you have the disadvantage on the first roll and then the advantage on every other roll. And that's why this is a contract bet and the casino will not let you pick it up once the point is on. It's contract. This one, they'll let you pick up any time, but the only time you could place it down is when the puck is off. So, for example, if we rolled when the puck was off right now and got a 4, the point would become 4. This person has to roll a 4 before a 7. This person has to roll a 7 before a 4. And the odds are in this person's favor, and the odds are against this person. Very controversial statement I'm about to make, but I believe that this is playing with the casino because they lock your bet. You're giving the 7, the most common number, to the casino, which is that's what they want. Here, you take the 7 away from the casino and you're playing the odds. So this is playing with the casino and this is playing against the casino. Now, the casino doesn't like people playing against them, and that's why there's been so much peer pressure and negative talk about anybody that tries to play the don't pass. They actually don't realize that the person who's playing the don't pass is playing the best odds at the table. Now, what I mean by odds is not this odds down here. I mean they're playing the odds that the 7 will roll, being that it's the most likely number. So I hope this video helped with odds and a little bit of talk about the difference between the pass line and don't pass. I don't recommend playing pass line with odds unless you're rolling the dice, and I don't recommend ever playing don't pass with odds because you have to bet more to win less. So I would just take it as a flat bet and run with it like that. So watch this video if you'd like to see more, and don't forget to subscribe and subscribe right there. And hopefully I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.